Welcome, curious minds, to the deep dive. Today we're cracking open something really interesting. It's not quite a typical book. It's been called well, a luminous little handbook disguised as a tweet storm turned philosophy manual.
Huh, that's a good description.
Yeah, we're talking about the Almanack of Naval Ravikant, which Eric Jorgenson curated. I mean, think Marcus Aurelius, but maybe with a podcast and equity in like 100 startups.
Right, like a modern Stoic philosopher from Silicon Valley.
Exactly, like a minimalist's Bible in monk robes. So our mission here is pretty clear. We want to dive in and pull out the really potent, actionable stuff from Naval's wisdom. We're focusing on his unique takes on, building wealth, living wisely, and honestly suffering less, because the world seems kind of set up to keep us chasing things.
It really does. And it's interesting. Naval isn't just giving out, like, quick tips. He's wrestling with this deeper question. Why do so many smart, capable people feel, well, stuck?
How financially.
Yeah, financially, but also emotionally, even existentially. Despite all the supposed freedom and opportunity out there, it's a real paradox.
Okay.
So the Almanac, it's not just about getting rich, though. Yeah, it definitely lights up that path. But the real core, I think, is achieving this profound kind of freedom.
Freedom from what specifically?
Well, freedom from constantly comparing yourself to others. Freedom from that exhausting status game we all play. Freedom from just reacting emotionally all the time. And freedom from desires you haven't even really examined.
Right, the ones that just pull you around.
Exactly. It's like a blueprint for freeing up your mind and your bank account.
Okay, let's start right there with wealth, because he hits that hard right at the beginning, challenging how we usually think about it.
He really goes.
He doesn't just tweak the definition, he turns it inside out. Wealth isn't money, he says. It's freedom. Yeah, the actual ability to do what you want, when you want, with who you want, and crucially, without owing someone your time or energy. That's pretty different from just accumulating stuff, isn't it?
It's fundamentally different. And what's so powerful is how he then just dismantles the myths that keep people, chained.
Like, what's the first big myth he tackled?
Well, the big one, hard work alone will make you rich. We've all heard that a million times.
Oh,
right?
yeah, standard advice.
But Naval's point is, look, you can hustle 14 hours a day, every single day, and still be completely stuck if all you're doing is renting out your time. Instead of owning outcomes. His counter-truth is, yeah, hard work matters, of course, but it's got to be combined with leverage, with ownership, and with really good judgment. It's about working smarter on the right things.
Not just harder on anything.
Exactly. Smarter, not just harder.
Okay, so it's about what you work on, which I guess connects to that other huge myth he busts, time is money. I mean, that phrase runs our lives sometimes.
It really does dictate things. But Naval flips it completely. He insists, earn with your mind, not your time.
Earn with your mind.
Yeah. Real freedom, the kind where you can multiply your output without just adding more hours, that comes from understanding and using leverage effectively.
Leverage. Okay, how does he suggest we get that? What kind of leverage?
He's a big fan of what he calls permissionless leverage. Think code and media.
Okay, explain that.
Well, think about it. You write a piece of software once, right? That code can be copied and run millions, billions of times at almost zero extra cost.
Right, it scales incredibly.
Or you create content, a video, a blog post, maybe a podcast like this one. It can reach tons of people and keep generating value, maybe even while you're asleep.
These are scalable systems.
Meaning the cost doesn't go up proportionally with the reach.
Precisely. Unlike trading your hours for dollars, which is totally linear, the whole idea is build assets that work for you, instead of you just constantly working.
And this isn't just theory for him, right? His own life story kind of underlines all this. Oh, absolutely. Our sources point this out clearly. He grew up poor, which definitely forged this intense self-reliance in him.
And then the whole Silicon Valley experience.
Right. Co-founding AngelList, investing early in massive companies like Twitter, Uber. I mean, he saw peak wealth creation firsthand. But, and this is key, he also hit burnout hard.
So he lived the downside, too.
Exactly. It wasn't just intellectual. It came from, the real-world struggle and the success. That experience totally shaped his views on needing specific knowledge, why ownership is non-negotiable, and why just chasing money Well, it can't be the final goal.
That personal experience, it gives it weight, doesn't it?
Huge authenticity,
Huge.
which leads us nicely into the next big chunk of the almanac, the sections on happiness and philosophy. He sort of shifts gears.
Yeah, he made the money, climbed that mountain, but apparently the view wasn't automatically, bliss.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Which brings us to that other massive myth. Money will make you happy.
So what's his take? If money doesn't do it, what does?
Well, this is maybe one of his most challenging truths, especially today. He says, flat out, if you're not happy with that money, you won't be happy with it.
Oof. Okay.
He saw it again and again.
Yeah.
People chasing that next financial milestone, thinking, okay, then I'll be happy. But they get there, hit the number, and feel hollow, still restless.
Because the money just amplifies what's already there.
Exactly. It's a tool,
Yeah.
a powerful one, sure, but it doesn't magically fix your internal state. It doesn't bring peace if peace wasn't there to begin with.
And related to that, one insight that really hit me was his line on desire. Desire is a contract you make with yourself to be unhappy until you get what you want.
That one's a mind bender, isn't it?
It really is. It cuts right through all the usual advice about setting ambitious goals and always striving. It suggests that the wanting itself is the source of the unhappiness.
Mm-hmm. Perpetual restlessness.
So instead of chasing, he talks about presence. But how do you actually do that? How do you find peace in just being present when everything is screaming, want more?
Yeah, that's the practical question. And his answer is, well, it's simple but not easy. He basically says happiness is a choice you make and a skill you develop.
A skill, like learning piano.
Kind of, yeah. He thinks happiness isn't something you find out there. It's our natural state, our default setting. It just gets covered up by all the mental chatter, the conditioning, the expectations.
So how do you uncover it?
Through practice,
Yeah.
awareness, detachment from specific outcomes, daily self-reflection. Like training a muscle. He talks about gratitude, understanding impermanence, just observing your thoughts without getting hooked.
Did he practice this himself?
Oh, yeah. After his financial success, he went deep into meditation, self-inquiry. He realized peace was an inside job. It wasn't about adding more stuff. It was about removing the mental clutter. He even suggests just, doing nothing sometimes, just sitting.
Fighting the noise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Reconnecting with that default state.
Okay, so if wealth is freedom and happiness is a skill, how do we actually navigate the world to get there? He offers some kind of strategy, right? Like in the sections on building judgment and choosing the right game.
He definitely does. And again, it challenges common wisdom, like the myth that credentials matter more than curiosity.
Which is what schools basically teach us.
Right.
Yeah.
But Naval's truth is different. He says, learn to love to read, follow your curiosity, build specific knowledge.
Specific knowledge. What exactly does he mean by that?
It's not the stuff you learn from textbooks or that you can easily outsource. It's that unique blend of your skills, your experiences, your obsessions, really. It feels like play to you, but it looks like hard work to other people.
How do you find it?
By tinkering, by getting obsessed with things, through actual experience and just following what genuinely pulls you. It's often at the intersection of your passions and what the market actually needs, but you discover it, you don't really learn it formally.
Like turning your unique quirk into a superpower.
Pretty much. Uncovering a talent you didn't even realize was valuable. And once you start developing that, he says the next vital step is play long-term games with long-term people.
Okay, that sounds like business advice, but you mentioned it applies more broadly.
Absolutely. Relationships, partnerships, learning, everything.
Yeah.
He emphasizes that all the real benefits in life come from compound interest.
Compound interest, not just financial.
Not just financial. Trust compounds. Reputation compounds. Knowledge compounds, love compounds. In a world obsessed with quick wins and instant gratification, this is like a radical call for patience, for building real trust and lasting connections.
Building reputation over just chasing likes online.
Exactly. And that ties into another myth. Success equals external validation, what other people think.
Which is huge in the social media age.
Huge. But Naval's counter is liberating. Escape competition through authenticity.
How does being authentic help you escape competition?
Because if you are truly uniquely you, expressing your genuine self and your specific knowledge, well, there is no competition. No one else can be you.
Right, you're incomparable.
Exactly. It lets you drop the performance, the persona you think you need to project. You can just be, instead of constantly trying to prove. It shifts you from scarcity to abundance.
Wow. Okay, so bringing this all to today, we're here in 2025. Why do these ideas feel so urgent right now? It feels like they're not just relevant, they're almost like screaming at us.
That's a great way to put it. And I think there are a few big reasons why his insights feel even more critical today.
Yeah.
First, just the sheer information overload.
Tell me about it.
Right. Naval's focus on clear thinking as a superpower, on filtering signal from noise. That's not optional anymore. It's essential for survival mentally. Otherwise, you just drown.
And what about AI? Automation, that's causing a lot of anxiety.
Huge anxiety. And Naval's ideas about leverage and unique skills are, like, foundational now. As AI takes over repetitive tasks, he basically argues your uniqueness becomes your job security.
So developing those deeply human skills.
Exactly. Creativity, empathy, complex problem solving. The stuff AI can't easily replicate. Building specific knowledge is basically becoming AI-proof by leaning into your humanity.
And the constant digital connection, the endless stimulation.
That's another huge one. Digital minimalism, managing your attention. Naval saw this early on. It's not just about productivity. It's about sanity. Reclaiming solitude, deep focus. These are becoming real advantages economically and personally.
It's almost like a survival kit for the modern world.
It really is.
Yeah.
And think about the mental health crisis. His ideas about happiness being a skill, about desire causing suffering. They offer, as our sources said, survival skills in the age of overstimulation, a framework for building inner resilience against all that external pressure.
So wrapping this up for the listener, what does it all mean for us right now? It seems to circle back to freedom, but a bigger kind of freedom.
Absolutely. It's way beyond just getting rich. It's about getting truly free.
Free to build things that matter.
Yes. To build, not just chase. To think for yourself, really think. To unplug from the noise financially, sure, but also emotionally, intellectually. It's about reclaiming your own agency.
So if you, the listener, are wondering what's next for me, what would Naval say?
Well, drawing from his reflections, he'd probably say, look, you're already doing the hard part. You're turning inward. You're seeking wisdom, asking these questions.
Okay.
Then he'd nudge you. Now, what will you build that lasts? What can you share that is uniquely yours, coming from your specific knowledge, your genuine curiosity?
Focus on the process, not the outcome.
Exactly. Forget the outcomes for now. Just build daily. Share freely. And trust in compounding in your wealth, yes, but also in your wisdom, your relationships, your inner peace. It's about you finding your path, using these principles.
Okay, let's boil it down. If we had to pick the top 5 absolute key takeaways from the Almanack for you, the listener, what would they be?
Let's try. First.
Wealth isn't money, it's freedom. Real freedom to live on your terms.
All right. Second, play long-term games with long-term people. Compound interest applies everywhere.
Third, escape competition through authenticity. Be uniquely you.
Fourth, happiness is a choice and a skill you practice daily. It's not a reward you find later.
And fifth, leverage. That's how you escape trading time for money. That's how you scale.
That nails it down pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, the Almanac really is this incredible blueprint for building wealth and wisdom in a world that's just getting noisier.
Not by chasing more.
But by becoming deeply, deliberately, uniquely you, get rich, sure. But stay free, be happy, and do it with calm, clear intention.
So the final thought for you to chew on. Beyond just money, what does freedom truly mean for you, and what kind of lasting freedom are you actively building in your life, starting today?